Hello, I'm Priscilla Archangel, and my leadership insight for you today is helicopter leadership, when you should hover. Helicopters are known for their unique ability to hover, to take off, land vertically, and move in ways that traditional fixed-wing aircraft can't operate. They are the air vehicle of choice for emergencies and crises. They transport people and things to locations where airplanes can't land, and they maneuver into hard-to-reach locations they can hover close to or land on the ground. So if you want to travel a long distance and get from point A to point B quickly, you'll likely use an airplane. But if you want to closely examine the topography between where you are now and your destination, you'll likely use a helicopter. And this is a good analogy for leadership. Whether you're searching for a new leader to fill a role or developing a current leader to head up a major project, you have to first understand the type of leadership you need to be successful. Is it a helicopter or is it airplane leadership? Airplane leadership requires flying high and fast, and leaders with this skill set gravitate to roles where they're able to see the big picture better and address broader questions. The roles don't require close inspection of the process to get to the outputs of their team because generally they have capable direct reports to manage it, it's standard process driven, or the focus is on building external relationships to support the business. Helicopter leadership is typically needed when an organization is in trouble or in significant problem-solving mode. These leaders can look broadly over the situation, determine the problem spots, and zoom in to inspect the issue. They can then identify and deploy the resources needed to address the issue. Every organization obviously needs a balance of airplane and helicopter leadership, depending on the situation and the team. Helicopter leaders have to demonstrate styles that leadership expert Daniel Goleman describes as being authoritative, where you quickly move people toward a vision; pace setting, where you quickly develop a plan of action and expect the team to follow it; or coercive, where you demand immediate compliance to ensure safety and to mitigate risk. As a leader, you fly the helicopter so that you can hover when the organization is experiencing one of the following issues. It could be a crisis, which is an issue that's ultimately going to impact the financials. Leaders have to be in tune with any hint of a crisis to make sure they quickly make the right decisions to avert a more serious situation. It could be a change, where leaders must help their teams acknowledge the benefits of operating differently, become self-aware of their own behaviors that have to shift, and let go of their own ego and attachment to behaviors and practices of the past. It could be capabilities, where rapid changes in technology and demands for new products and services mean that leaders have to understand the new skill sets required to meet these demands. It could be capacity, where leaders have to be clear about the trade-offs of balancing priorities that compete for the organization's resources. They need to identify the goals that have the greatest impact and then determine how to best deploy the available resource. Or it could be a challenge, some sort of existential threat. It's an all-hands-on-deck situation where the leader has to become involved in every aspect of the work to mitigate the potential for damage. Each of these scenarios are time-bound, lasting anywhere from months to several years. Some leaders are naturally wired to fly one or the other, an aircraft or a helicopter, while others can pivot easily between the two, depending on the situation. The key is correctly reading the circumstances and ensuring that the right leader is in place to support a favorable outcome. Thanks for listening.